I'm used to this, so it doesn't even register for me.
Right, you're just living.
We're at the table, and we're eating, and she had some food, but she wanted to breastfeed, so she just reaches into Kelly's shirt and takes out. So she has pads in case she's leaking.
Sure.
So she just reaches in, yanks one out, and just goes for it. And it didn't even register for me, but then I was talking to my sister days later, and my brother-in-law and her, they're like, they didn't know what was happening. They're like, what? But she just dove right in and wanted to.
That could be very awkward for some. Yeah.
So there was the Memorial Day Boobie attack. This is the Gray Hair and Daycare podcast, with a combined age of 111 years and a combined IQ right in that same range. Your hosts, Frank Sirio and Carlo Russo. Welcome back to Season 2, Episode 2, Part 2. So we had so much to cover last time that we didn't get to everything last week.
That's right. So we're back to finish up the job and get you all caught up.
So thanks for sticking with us, and here is the rest of Episode 2. And now we're going to get into the meat and the potatoes of every episode.
Meat and potatoes, Frank.
I do love meat and potatoes.
Isn't it good?
What just happened? So when we last recorded, right after that, we were trying to figure out better ways, because she has never been a good sleeper. Initially, and I don't know how much we've talked about this, initially she would, and again, she was breastfed for like her whole first year almost.
Yeah.
So she would wake up a couple times a night and feed, right?
Right.
But it would almost be a problem sometimes in the daytime getting her to go. She got so used to falling asleep at Kelly's breast.
Okay.
That during the day when Kelly was at work, it was very hard to get her to nap because she couldn't fall asleep without being at her breast.
Gotcha.
So and she was waking up more and hungry. She would be hungry in the evening. So we were trying to figure out kind of how things could go better. And we decided we were going to make an appointment and talk to the lactation consultant that helped us in the very beginning. And a wonderful woman at Summerwood Pediatrics, really nice. Checked in with her, and she gave us some strategies, because we told her we wanted to move away from, eventually we want to wean, and that's going to be happening coming
Sooner
up
than
here.
later, yeah.
But we wanted to stop with the feeding at night, try to disassociate the breastfeeding from sleep time. Just to make it easier and hopefully get her to start sleeping through the night. So she gave us some good strategies, and basically, we have been very attentive with the baby, and her, the lactation consultant, essentially the advice was, yeah, she's kind of in charge, and you need to let her cry, right? Because we have not done that. Kelly is very, very responsive. Gotcha. And we've talked about it, and I've tried to pull her a little bit more in the direction of, it's okay. Like, she has to learn that she isn't always going to get it right. Now, it's difficult because you don't know. Like, if she's really hungry, you don't want to let her cry for an hour if she's really hungry, but you can kind of, like, I'm not the best at it, but I think I'm pretty good. And when I hear a cry, I know if it's this is a performative, I would like to have my way cry, or I'm really hungry, or I don't feel good cry. Like, there's a difference. So
the pitches sound different.
Yeah, there's a little bit more intensity.
Yep. Absolutely.
And when you look at her straight on, when it's fake, she winks. She gives me one of those, like, she's like, you know what I'm doing, but don't tell mommy.
Right.
So it's a little different.
Sure.
But so we had that meeting and decided we were going to try to do that. So her strategy was, look, the first time she wakes up, you soothe her a little bit. She does not get the breast. and you offer her a little milk. And if she takes the milk, great. If she doesn't, it's okay. But then she goes back down, right? And it was like the first couple nights. It was pretty rough. She was not happy. Did not like it. Did not like it one bit. Sometimes second night took a little milk, but that was it. So we kind of started down that path to see, and we were
allowing her to cry herself to bed.
No, still soothing her. Just we figured we would take it a step at a time.
Gotcha.
Work on the weaning her from breastfeeding at night first,
So
then
you're
move
still
on
at
to
that.
the next.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're still working on that.
Gotcha.
First couple nights we're working on that, and then we rolled into. This was rolling into Mother's Day weekend. So what do you? So for Mother's Day, do you do something special every year with Mother's Day, or always something different with Trina?
I was when my mom was around.
Yep.
When she was alive, we all did Mother's Day
A brunch
buffet,
together.
brunch,
Yep.
all that kind of good thing. Dinner, more buffet. We did the casinos used to do the buffets.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the Sheridan used to do it. Unfortunately, I think it fell right into graduation. So we would go to the Sheridan and University, and everybody would be great. So we did,
because it was this year. It was on. It was.
So we do that. This year we were different because we actually took our one son to go visit our second son in college.
Okay.
And we all went to dinner there with Trina and all that. But yeah, generally it's brunch and good stuff like that.
So we wanted to do that, and last year it was the baptism was on Mother's Day.
Yes.
So that was nice, and we went to the Sherwood Inn.
Yeah.
Or
No.
Craftsman Inn.
Craftsman.
Went to the Craftsman Inn, which was good.
Because we have to go, oh, thanks for doing this on Mother's Day, guys.
And then, that's right. It worked out well.
Yeah, it worked out well.
So this year I was like, well, let's try and go somewhere different. So I used Gemini for everything. I'm like, Gemini, Mother's Day, where should I go for a brunch? And it suggested 5 places. And it was the ones you would expect. It was like the Krebs and Skinny Atlas, the Marriott downtown. And then there were 2 I didn't recognize. And sadly, now it's been such a long time since Mother's Day, I'm not remembering the name of the place where we went.
Were they in Skinny Atlas or anything?
No, we went to this place I had never heard of before. It's a fly fishing lodge in Altmar in Parrish. It's like 30 minutes north of where we live.
Okay.
On the Salmon River. The Salmon River is very big with fly fishermen. Tailwater Lodge.
Tailwater Lodge.
Tailwater Lodge. It is fantastic. It was fantastic. You know when you do a buffet, sometimes there's not a lot.
Sure.
Or if there is a lot, some stuff's great, some stuff's not a single thing I ate was anything but fantastic.
Wow.
Huge spread. It was. They had in a big a room that you could probably do a wedding for 200 people.
Wow.
And it was wonderful. We drove up. It was about a half-hour drive from here. Not bad. Beautiful day. Yeah. We drove up and had a wonderful buffet. The baby loved it. We had a great time.
Wow.
It was really nice.
Yeah, I gotta look that in.
Tailwater Lodge it was fantastic, and my favorite part of it was we had a little bit of time before. We had like a 12:30 reservation. We got there right on time, but they were a little behind. So I said, "Oh, go have a drink in the bar." We go into the drink in the bar. We go get a drink in the bar. And I always feel like an old man whenever I go to a bar now because I drink Scotch and nobody ever knows what I'm talking about when I order. Right? I'm like, I have to point. Like, see the bottle with the dust on it on the top, the one there.
It says 20 years.
Yeah, I want that. So they had a very nice 15-year-old Macallan.
Sure.
Now, I drink that when we go on the cruises. That's usually for a double $30, right? I ordered that.
Oh God.
A mimosa for my sister, a Bloody Mary for my wife, and it was $32 with the tip.
Shut up.
I couldn't believe it.
Wait a minute, what?
And it was a nice
Somebody
size.
screwed up. That should be your whiskey. That would be your Scotch.
It should have been more than that just for my shot.
That's crazy.
It was the cheapest booze I had ever seen.
Yeah, keep it coming.
I couldn't believe we didn't have time. It was, and it was I'm like, wow, this, and
wow.
They said their drinks were good. They looked good. Yeah.
I mean, Bloody Mary. I mean,
Yeah. It was a nice Bloody Mary.
That's crazy.
And they had the fiction station.
Well, I guess we should go.
We should go. Yeah, we go up there.
I guess we should go.
But yeah, and the food was fantastic. It was really good. The desserts were all excellent.
Do they have the buffet? Was it a Mother's Day buffet, or was it something that they do? Or
no, this is a special Mother's Day buffet.
Was it for them?
Yeah.
Regular to like a restaurant, you just order.
Yeah. There's a regular dining area. There's a pretty big bar, and then there was this event space where they did the buffet.
Wow.
And yeah, it was fantastic.
And you found out that from Gemini.
Gemini, yeah. We had a very nice Mother's Day. It was
Second Mother's Day.
Second Mother's Day. Very, very enjoyable. Had a good time. Nice drive up with Paula and Avi joined us. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had a good day.
So getting back to the baby, have you now tried to work into letting her cry, and where are you at that
We're
point?
getting there. This is a multi-step story.
Oh, sure. Okay.
So around this,
season 3 will release.
By the time she's in school, so
she's gonna be crying.
We'll make her cry all the time. So again, this is that weekend. So we're still doing that.
Gotcha.
It took about 3 nights of pretty unhappy. And
to get where you are. Yeah.
And then she settled into, she could get settled down without the breastfeeding. So it was a few days, 3-4 days, which wasn't so bad. But then we just kind of stayed with that. Now, the other thing that we were trying to eliminate was she has not slept through the night, period. Like since she was born.
Oh, God.
So
God bless you guys.
So now I've been getting Leslie, but
yeah,
Kelly
Mama
is the one.
Has, yeah.
Kelly has been on the hook.
Right.
And so she hasn't had more than like a 5-hour stretch in a year. Yeah, right. That's hard.
Tough.
That's really hard. And so there were times when she couldn't get her to settle. She would lay her down in the bed with us. Okay. And out like a light. Oh. So again, in my mind, that is evidence that this is just, I want my way.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is not something is wrong.
I don't want to be here alone, and I want you guys to take care of me.
Right. Now, so she would Kelly would do that to get her to settle, and then she would scoop her up back in the cradle wise and go back to bed. But she hasn't had a night's sleep in a year, so sometimes she would fall asleep.
You sleep through it, yeah.
And then I wake up with baby feet in my face, which is a nice way to wake up.
Days.
It's fantastic. But
the little warmth of that.
But I also I don't want.
Right, you can't have that, but
right?
You will.
Well, once if she's not feeling well, things like that. But as a regular matter of course, that makes me worried. Like I don't want to do that. I know there are a lot of people out there that co-sleeping is a natural thing.
It was tough, man. Our kids were.
Were they?
Really?
That's interesting.
It was. I was like, and then they start messing with your mind, and then when they don't, you're like, why aren't they in here? What's going on? I want to feel the,
I don't know why. I just think.
We had both of them.
Yeah, in the bed with it for how long?
We always said, well, it'd be funny when Nick's in college and comes home and just jumps in our bed.
That's awesome. No,
I mean, it obviously ends, but it went a while.
I wouldn't have guessed that. That's interesting. Yeah, see, that's what I'm afraid of. Like, I don't want us. I want her to have her room, and I want her to have her bed, and I want her to be in that. Yeah. And I know how hard it is. The longer it goes, the harder it is. And I hear about sometimes Avi's daughter. They have a son, Noah, great, their grandchild, great kid, but he's I think he's like 6 or 7, and he still often sleeps with them, and that's got to be hard for other things. So I want to try to avoid that. So that would happen too. So we were trying to break that habit as well, and we did. But it was. Even though she wasn't breastfeeding anymore to get her to go, she was still actively soothing her and still up 3 times a night sometimes. And it was difficult, but we had succeeded with no more breastfeeding at night, which was a step in the right direction.
I would love to find out if anybody out there, and I know we could do it, but what kids, male or female, sleep more with their parents? Because I was thinking about it. We had 2 boys, so I never had a girl.
Right.
I never have a daughter, so I don't think about like do
I wonder
girls
if
run in, and I don't think my niece did that. I don't.
It's interesting.
But the boys, I would love to find out if there's a percentage.
We'll do some research.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
See if we can find out. No, so through that next week after Mother's Day, kind of settled into that rhythm. But again, still a lot of work for Kelly because she's still the baby's waking up.
Yeah.
And now she's big enough and smart enough. She gets up, she stands, and she's yeah, she's like, hey, I'm awake. It was a little different, still difficult, but we made the progress on the breastfeeding side.
Stay tuned for
there's more.
developments.
There's more. I'm just trying to take it in time.
Oh, okay.
So now we move into that next weekend after Mother's Day.
Okay.
We had a little bit of a family event, which was nice.
Uh-huh.
We went to. Have you ever been to the Museum of Play in Rochester?
No.
So there's the Strong Museum in Rochester, New York.
Yep.
And the Strong Museum of Play. We only did part of it because the first floor is kind of geared more toward younger kids.
Okay.
So we met up with Kelly's brother and sister-in-law, Aunt Gabe and Uncle David, who are great. They brought one of Gabe's nieces, who's a little older, more like school age, 5, 6, and Isla, who is little baby Josie's cousin.
Okay.
And her mom, Kate. So we all met at the Museum of Play and went through, and it was really cool. We did not know that we just planned the date and went. We happened to plan it on half price admission day.
Hey now.
On a Saturday. So it was very busy. Lots of people, but really cool place. What's fun about it is it's all different kind of interactive exhibits. And so like the first thing you go to is there's a wall of projection of like an aquarium where you see cartoon fish. The kids, they pick up what fish they want to color. They sit down, they color their fish, and then you put it on a scanner,
and it shows.
And then their fish swims around.
Oh, that's so cool.
Very cool. So lots of stuff like that.
Oh, that's cool.
But the other thing that they kind of layer in throughout is all these vintage toys, which means toys that I had.
That we get, yep.
Right. Like, so it's literally like I had that, like it was, I haven't seen it probably since I was 6. I had a Muhammad Ali.
Did you?
Action figure. I'm like, there it is.
Wow.
Muhammad Ali, the big, not the little G.I. Joes, the big G.I. Joes, the Vietnam era G.I. Joes.
Full size.
Full size with the Kung Fu grip. It was fascinating.
Brought you back. Yeah.
I was like, wow, look at this.
That's awesome.
All kinds of really fun interactive exhibits. There's a whole area that looks like Sesame Street. Like so it's like literally like the stoop where Oscar the Grouch is. Looks just like it.
Can you guys take pictures of?
We took pictures. There's a whole area of that stuff.
This was mostly for you.
Oh, the kids loved it. It was definitely fun.
No, your daughter's so young. She was like, I don't know, Dad's having a ball.
You know what she liked? There's one area that is all set up that looks like kind of a knockoff of the Starship Enterprise.
Oh God.
She was so happy.
Oh, you must have been so proud.
I was amazed. She sits in the captain's chair and there's buttons and lights and she loved it.
Just an inside thing. He's a
huge Star Trek person.
Star Trek. Even built his own.
I was so happy that she engaged with it that way. Put her at the navigation console and she's there. We got some great.
That's awesome.
Great pictures.
Is this a new place? Is this last 10 years?
No, it's been there for years.
Really?
It's awesome. There's an outdoor area of all games that are like board games, but blown up to. It's like Honey the
like walking through it, like
the dog.
Chest is like this big.
The dog from Monopoly is 12 feet tall.
That's great.
And the Scrabble letters that are 10 feet tall. It's awesome. Yeah.
This is what's going to happen. Trina's going to listen to this and go, "Hey, you idiot! We went 5 times with the kids."
Maybe.
And I'm like, huh?
I think you'd remember it.
I probably. Everything sounds like
it is. It's super super fun. We had a great time. Cool. She tires out pretty quickly, but had a nice drive out, and got to visit a little bit, see everybody. And yeah, it's definitely someplace that we will go back.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we had
That sounds like fun.
Yep, the Strong Museum of Play. It was excellent. Great. We had a really good time. There's one section it's a play Wegmans.
Excuse me?
Sponsored by Wegmans.
Okay.
So it looks like a Wegmans, the Wegmans on 57, and you walk in and there's play cash, play like
that's hilarious.
Play produce,
So
play
you just
shopping
come-
carts, play cash registers.
God, I would love this as a young
You'll have
kid.
to come with us.
Oh my God.
It was so much fun. Great activity for families, and everybody was having a good time. It was really cool.
That's cool.
So yeah, so we did that, and then we were coming into sleep thing still kind of up a lot, but no more with the breastfeeding. So, and then you kind of roll into Memorial Day
right.
weekend. And here we didn't have great weather. It was
ugly.
It was rainy, but like the last 3 hours of Memorial Day afternoon on that Monday, it kind of got sunny.
I was out of town, yeah.
Oh, you were traveling for
Yeah.
So we ended up going over to Paul and Avi's.
Okay.
They cooked a little meal. We didn't really do a cookout, but
Yeah.
we were there. This was a funny thing that now I think related to she's more, her coordination is better. Gets into stuff more. And I think because she doesn't get the breastfed at night, now during the day, if she wants something, she just goes for it.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't talk about, I'm used to this. So
Right.
it doesn't even register for me.
Right, you're just
we're
living.
we're at the table and we're eating and she had some food but she wanted to breastfeed. So she just reaches into Kelly's shirt and
Grabs
takes out.
it.
So she has pads in case she's leaking.
Sure.
So she just reaches in, yanks one out, and just goes for it. And it didn't even register for me, but then I was talking to my sister days later, and my brother-in-law and her, they're like, they didn't know what was happening. They're like, what? But she just dove right in and wanted
that could be very awkward for certain. Yeah.
So there was the Memorial Day Boobie attack.
Because honestly, if that happened to me, me and Trina were there, and I'd feel very uncomfortable.
Yeah, and
which is natural, and I'm a grown ass man.
She's modest about it. There's nothing happened, but it was just the way the baby just reached in, yanked the pad out, like, here, give me that.
Like you're just grabbing for a soda. I gotta get something to drink here.
It is becoming. This might get edited out once my producer sees it. But Kelly's telling me the other day, the baby has gotten into the habit now. Like if she's working on one side, she's always doing something with her hands.
Oh, of course.
So it used to be that she would put her hand under her shirt to keep it warm on the other side. Then it was like now she's starts
prepping,
playing, doing stuff with the other nipple, and she's
hilarious.
It's starting to become problematic.
That's
make her stop.
That's hilarious.
Yes. So
the kids, she's just I'm drinking, I'm eating.
Yeah, she's into it.
That's funny.
So I thought that was funny. But so we did. We had that, and then we rolled into. We had talked about many episodes ago. I don't know how many. How we went to the boat show.
Yes.
And we saw a boat, a Ranger Tug.
Yes.
That we really liked.
Yes.
That was in February, so that was a while back. And so we had decided, because when we had the boat we got when we weren't sure about the baby. And it was a nice boat, and it was like an open bow, a bow rider, but kind of a bimini top, not a lot of shade if you want to be able to kind of let the baby sleep or get her out of the sun or any of that stuff.
It was good a couple without a child.
Yeah, or a family with bigger kids.
Older kids.
Yeah. But and it had a head, but it was like you didn't really get into it as much as you put it on. You kind of had to crawl. It was not easy for me to do anything in there.
It was part of your body.
Yeah, you're like, help me get out. I can't get out. And then so we went, and we had seen the first time we went to a boat show years ago. We saw this boat, the Ranger Tug, and we both were like, "Oh, this is like."
Now,
really
Ranger
nice.
is the name of the company.
The company is Ranger Tug, so it's a company called Fluid Motion.
Okay.
And they make Ranger Tugs, Cutwater, and Solara. So they have it's almost like how GM used to be Chevy and Pontiac.
Gotcha.
So it's one company. So the boats are all similar, but with kind of different tacks, different themes on the same.
So you got the Ranger Tug.
The Ranger Tug. So it kind of looks like a tugboat, but it's a planing hull, and it's like they call it the Swiss Army knife of boats because it has all of the stuff you want. It's still trailerable, but it has a full galley, so you have a stove even with an oven. You have a microwave. You got hot and cold running water.
More than your original one that had the.
It's not as big. It's not as wide. So my one boat that I had with the cabin was had a 10.5-foot beam. So it was 2 feet wider and a little bit longer. This is narrower, which is what makes it trailerable.
Gotcha.
But you still have a dinette you can sit at. You still have a cabin. The dinette can become a sleeper.
Okay.
It's got you could probably, if you wanted to, sleep 4 people comfortably. And then you have 2 fridges. You have a fridge in the cockpit outside. You have a fridge in the galley.
Nice.
You have the sink. You have a stove, cooktop, microwave. And then it has all the navigational stuff.
Sure.
It's the kind of boat you could take, like if you want to do the Great Loop or spend a weekend or do whatever you want, you can do it.
Now, are tugboats? Now, what were they made for? Like, they're slower, the rider one? They're not like speed, or
so
are
these
they?
look like, they call them a Ranger Tug because they look like a tugboat, but they're not. One of the things that people do is with the Great Loop, this is nothing to do with children, but it is the Great Loop. Because you go part of the Great Loop, you go like if you started here in Syracuse, you go on the canal to the Great Lakes. You go through into Lake Michigan.
Yep.
Then you pick up the Mississippi. You go all the way down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Wow. Then you go around the tip of Florida, and you pick up the intercoastal waterway, and you come all the way up the East Coast to the Hudson River in New York City. Sure. Come up the Hudson to Albany, and you pick up the canal and come back here. So it's Wow,
let's do it.
It takes a year to do it, and then some people will do all the way. You keep going up the Hudson, and you go all the way up to Montreal, and come down the St. Lawrence.
Jeez,
do that. That's the little loop. You can do the little loop.
Yeah.
But what people like about what they would do is they would take decommissioned tugboats, or just very heavy, powerful boats that use to push big boats around.
Gotcha.
But what they do, many people have done, because they aren't experienced sailors, and tugboats are kind of indestructible and will handle very heavy seas. They'll take decommissioned tugboats and turn them into houseboats. So they are like, any idiot can drive them through the ocean.
Gotcha.
And be safe. Gotcha. I think that's kind of where the theme.
They're sturdy.
Yeah. Now these boats, they look like a tugboat, but it's a planing hull. You can go 35 miles an hour.
Okay.
But it's kind of more of the styling than anything else.
Gotcha.
But so obviously we just talked a lot about a boat because we decided to get one. So we actually ended up buying the boat from the show. So it was the boat that was at the boat show.
The one you were looking, okay.
I happened to find a dealer, called the dealer, and it was the dealer that had that boat there, and they still had that boat available, and negotiated back and forth and ended up with a pretty good deal. So that was the next week after Memorial Day, which was just a couple weeks ago. Just a week ago, we took delivery on our new Ranger Tug. So we are naming it basically the same name as the old cabin cruiser that we had, which was Scallywags. So we have Scallywags, and then there's a little icon of a dog that looks like our one dog. It looks like Rumple.
Gotcha.
So we took delivery and got her out there. And Josie's favorite part of the whole boat is when you open the door to go into the salon, immediately on the right, kind of down at the floor level, in a sleeping berth, is the breaker panel for all of it. So there's meters, lights, all these switches, thermostat, 2 battery charger controllers. And she immediately is just like, she thought it was like an activity center. And I'm like, no.
That's hilarious.
So we got to figure out, like, I keep cramming a cooler there to keep her from getting in there. But yeah, that's the only.
She's like in the. Have you taken her on the on the new boat on the water?
We have not gone out yet. We just basically.
I just learned how to speak English. Sorry,
you're doing fine. They delivered it. We did a test cruise on Cayuga Lake, and then they trailered it up, and we launched it here, and we got it into the slip. And we just it comes with all these cushions and things, so you have to kind of figure out what you want to keep on the boat and store the other. And then we had to bring all our stuff on and get it all hooked up, and just figuring it out. There's so much because there's all these. You got to figure out how everything works. And
now, on your other boats, we used to bring it in. Then we used to have to clamp the
snap the covers.
The covers. Are these covers? Are these?
That's what's another thing that's nice about this is literally. So there's an open area in the back that just has a top, but you can get side curtains, but we don't have those. Mm-hmm. But this has a full glass door.
Okay.
So it's a salon. So
like
there's a door with a handle that you can lock. No, and you open it. It's a door, like a real full size door. And then there's a big window on one side. That the way it works is if you're inside the cabin, there's a dinette. You can take the back of the seat for the dinette, flip it the other way, and open that glass bulkhead out so you can sit facing the back.
Gotcha.
It's very, very, it's nicely set up. But yeah, so it's a completely self-enclosed, so you can use it. It has heat and air conditioning. So you can
round.
Yeah, so you can use it here, not here. But you can use it much longer into the season and all that stuff. But yeah, so it's completely, you kind of have the cockpit
when you park
area.
it, you can just do your little thing and get the heck out of there.
You literally lock the door, walk away.
Well, before we used to have to prep it. And
no, you don't have to do any of that stuff. It's also outboards, so there's not as much maintenance on things.
Gotcha.
It doesn't have a generator. It has a solar panel. And inverters. They have these batteries that you can go 2 days on batteries and run whatever. You got to run the microwave or run the AC and all that stuff. So yeah, but there's a lot to figure out with.
They can all get caught up on our new podcast, Boats and Other Things We Own.
There's a guy who does a podcast who is the definitive source on all things Ranger Tugs.
Really?
And his channel is he has a YouTube channel. It's called Channel Surfing.
Oh, nice.
And the guy is like a former, I think he was in the Navy in the submarine corps.
Ooh, he knows.
So he knows
what he's
talking about, but he's an expert on Ranger Tugs.
You hear that?
Yeah.
We're coming for you.
He has the exact same boat, except his is has a single 300 horse outboard, and we opted for twin 150s.
Okay.
They're great
Cannot
boats.
wait to go on there.
We're going to go right after this.
Right. We're on it right now.
Yeah, we could.
As you're listening.
There may be episodes in the future.
Oh, that would be fun.
Podcast
out.
I would love that because then I could write off the boat.
Let's write it off.
Yeah.
That's our studio.
That would be wonderful.
See? This meant something. That the whole talking, we talked ourselves into another.
But it is, the baby, Josie loves it. She loves being out. Right now, she's at a phase right now, she loves being outside. When you try to bring her in, she cries. She wants to be outside and loves the water. She loves the water, loves playing. We have these water activity tables. She loves that. She's constantly in it. So I think we're going to spend.
She's going to be a summer baby. Come on, Dad. Let's get to the boat.
Yeah, let's get to the lake. I'm hoping that will be the case.
Awesome.
So we took delivery.
Congratulations.
Thank you. On the new boat. We spent some time out there over the weekend on Saturday and Sunday. And then we kind of rolled into just this week. Now, again, the sleeping, still waking up a lot.
Really?
Right? Like a couple, 3 times. And,
really?
And now without the breastfeeding, harder to get her back down.
Right.
So Monday, just a few days ago, I wake up and the baby's in bed with us. And they're asleep.
She walked right over.
And I'm like,
yeah.
Because I'm like, we made all this progress. I don't want to start giving it back. So right then I saw it's a difficult conversation to have. And I'm like, honey, like, what
happened?
She's like, I put her down I couldn't get her to go back to sleep. And I was going to put her back when she fell asleep, but I fell asleep. And I'm like, we can't do this. Like we gotta
stick to our guns.
We gotta stick to our guns with this. We really, we've got to let her. She's like, well, I can't get her to settle, and I'm just so tired. I'm like, you got to let her cry. She's had these conversations with her friends that have children, the lactation consultant. Everybody says the same thing.
It sucks.
It's hard for us.
Sucks.
It's harder for us than for her.
Yeah.
She knows they're very adaptable, right? But she knows if she does that, she gets her way.
Yep.
And immediately she's happy, and that's it.
Yeah.
So kind of a difficult conversation. And it's one of those things. These are the times I feel bad because, look, I wanted to do this at 15 weeks, not 15 months. And Kelly was not having it.
Right.
Would not go along with it. Didn't want to do it. Thought it was a bad idea. Now, but then 6 months, then we start maybe months ago trying to do it and trying to sleep train her a little bit, but then she's not feeling well, or we had the problem with her weight gaining and stuff. And so you're just focusing on the thing that is more urgent,
right.
and that kind of keeps getting
other things
kicked down the road. So I'm like, we got to do it. We got to let her. So we talked about, well, how are we going to do it? I'm like, look, you put her down. You got to let her cry for 30 minutes. And then if you get up and soothe her, you can't pick her up. You got to leave her. You can go soothe her, but she stays in the cradle.
Yeah.
And you talk to her, you soothe her. So Tuesday night, we start off. Not a great start. She goes down.
How many does she get? Like an hour in before she wakes up? How long?
She'll sleep for a couple hours.
Okay.
2.5, 3 hours sometimes. Okay. So just as we're going to bed,
right,
she's up. So she starts crying, and now she's used to
instant
jump response.
Yep.
So it escalates and escalates. 10 minutes goes by, and anybody who's had to listen now, and again, it's not like we have a colicky child, or she never cries because we never have given her a reason to. Right. We've never let her get this. So now, as it escalates, so it's hard because we never hear her cry. Never. Almost never. So 10 minutes, 20 minutes, we're white knuckling it. And about 25 minutes, it tapers off a little, enough so that when we get to 30, Kelly's like, I'm going to let her go another little bit. We let her go, like, I think it was 35 or 40 minutes. It wasn't having it. Gets up, and to her credit, in her exhausted state, and the baby is now, at 15 weeks, there's not a lot of interaction. Sure. There is interaction now.
Absolutely.
So she sits by the cradle wise, and she's talking to her. And like, you gotta try and go back to sleep. Mm-hmm. It's okay. We still love you. Mm-hmm. Very reassuring, very calming, all that stuff. It's not working, but she kept doing it. And it took a while, maybe 20, 30 minutes, and got her to go back down. Happened again. Same drill. Rough night, Tuesday night. But by the morning, approaching the morning, slept maybe 3-4 hours straight, which is pretty good. Mm-hmm. So that's Tuesday night. Wednesday night, difficult getting her to go down. Asleep by about out in the cradle by 10:30.
Okay.
Slept through till morning.
Ooh.
One night. So I'm like,
it's possible.
First of all, I'm like saying prayers, thanking God that's the way. But this is the first time my wife has slept for more than 6 hours in 15 months.
Wow.
More than 6 hours straight.
Wow.
In 15 months. Straight through. And would have slept longer, but we had to get up. Yeah. Like, she would have kept going. Now it's like, so we're talking. Suddenly, Kelly is giddy, right? She is like, there's a commercial on every morning. I'm a creature of habit. I get up, I make my espresso, I make my coffee, I feed the dogs. I got the news on. Every morning, the same commercials play on the local news.
Right.
There's some insurance commercial that's funny. We have seen the same commercial every day, Monday through Friday, for 3 months. The commercial comes on, it goes through. I hear Kelly break out laughing at the commercial. She's like, have you ever seen that commercial? It's so funny. And I look at her, I'm like, you've seen that commercial every day for the past 3 months.
That's hilarious.
But she's
right. Her
tired.
mindset was totally
completely different. Completely different. So
isn't that crazy?
It was
rest could do
a little bit of rest, but she's still, and we're trying to figure this out because it's only been a couple of days.
Sure.
So now again, that morning though, she's very happy, very smiley, much better mood. Had a nice night's sleep for the first time in a very long time. Mm-hmm. She's making oatmeal for the baby. It took her 4 tries to make the oatmeal properly. She's so, you know how when you're really tired and then you get some sleep and then you're just completely like in a fog anyway.
Yeah.
She literally 3 times, the 4th time I made it. I'm like, sit down. And one time, I don't know what happened. She shows up with the bowl and I'm like, that doesn't look right. And she's like, I don't know what happened. It was clearly not cooked and she's giving it to the baby. The baby's eating it anyway. I'm like, don't give her raw oatmeal. You gotta cook it.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So she tries again. She comes back and it doesn't look right.
Why's your coffee
she's
in
like,
this?
she goes again, and I tell her it's the same thing every time. 4.5 minutes, 50% power comes out perfect in our microwave.
That's funny.
She says, she's like, I did it for 4.5 minutes. I'm like, you haven't been gone 4.5 minutes. You did it for like 43 seconds. Like, I don't know what you did. So finally, I'm like, I'll do it. I made it, and we gave her it was good. But yeah, so she is like completely blah. So that was the first day. Then the next night. Last night again.
Last night.
Wow. Straight through again. 2 nights in a row.
Don't say nothing. Don't jinx. Don't say.
And she's still loopy. Kelly is still like.
She's found this extra sleep that she has no to do with it.
She was saying this morning. She's like, I think it's because I've been running on adrenaline and now my body, I can't focus because my brain isn't getting the adrenaline that it was getting because I was so exhausted. So it's in my estimation, a miracle. It is a wonderful thing. Like all we did one night, the lactation consultant was like, oh yeah, it's going to be a rough couple weeks. One night and that little girl.
Wow.
So I hope we have turned a corner with the sleeping. The baby seems happier and it's working. We got to get her to get down. And this is the other thing we've talked about. I think we've talked about how Kelly's family, the target was perfection.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we talked.
My family, the target was do your best,
survival,
and do a little bit more, do a little bit better. Right? That was literally like we were talking.
Mine was don't talk to me about anything.
We had this conversation of, for me, it was the expectation was whatever I did, I should be better. I should be above average. You should be able to be above average.
Yeah.
And then however well you're doing, just try to improve. And in that way, I always feel like I'm winning.
Okay.
Right? Because most of the time I can be a little better than average when I try something.
You're improving every time.
And then all I got to do is do a little bit better than I did before.
Sure.
Right? So I always feel like I'm making progress. I never feel like I'm failing. I feel like I'm making progress. I think that's a good way of becoming successful. In her family, it was, here's perfection. Get as close to it as possible. So what does that tell you? Every time, nobody's perfect.
You're not perfect.
So every time you try to live up to that standard, you fail at everything.
Yeah, you're never
every time. You are never perfect. You are always looking for the flaw. So today we're talking this morning, and I'm like, how do you feel? Like, you must be super happy. Like 2 nights in a row. She's like, I just wish it took 45 minutes for me to get her to go down last night, and I just wish it was a little faster. And I'm like, are you?
Yeah.
are you kidding me? I'm like, this is the equivalent of when you walked in. I redid the hardwood floors in the old house, and beautiful, gleaming, wide plank oak floors through the whole main floor. I opened the door to show it to her, and she's like, "There's a scratch." Those were the first words out of her mouth. I'm like,
the house that we pulled the floor off?
yeah,
Okay.
My old house.
Yeah.
I remodeled that house to.
I remember her saying.
And literally just finished the hardwood
Busted
floors.
your behind.
Broke my back, and opened the door. Oh, there's a scratch. First words, not wow.
I think I could be that person too. I think I could be that person.
I'm like, this is the equivalent of the scratch. I'm like, you just had 2 nights, full nights sleep in a row for the first time in 15 months.
Yeah, you worried about the scratch.
Complaining about 45 minutes
to get to that.
You were up just last week. You were up 45 minutes at a time, 3 times a night.
Right.
Like so,
take your victories.
Yeah, give yourself permission to be happy before you try to move on to the next thing that's not right.
But that's and unfortunately, it's not her fault because that's how
it is. The way, like if you're a kid and that's the standard that they put in front of you, is
that's how you're going to live.
Be perfect, or you're a disappointment,
or you're not. Yeah, be perfect, or you're not perfect.
Yeah, okay. So but I keep telling her, I'm like, you got to get through that because I don't want Josie to think like that.
Yeah, you don't want. You don't want to pass that on. No.
That is
because as long as Kelly knows, this is not healthy anyways. I don't want my daughter to have this. Right. So as long that's half the battle. She understands that. Yeah, this is not.
But it's just like me understanding that it's not healthy to eat a bowl of ice cream. I still do
while you have the bowl in your hand.
I got it anyway. So it's easier said than done. Yeah. But yeah. So huge progress with the sleeping thing. I hope it's not a fluke. I think it's just.
No, I mean it's another part of your journey. I mean this is.
Yeah. I think she's a smart little girl. I do think that as silly as it sounds, her talking to her the way she did that first night, I think she understood, and now because she does wake up, she wakes up and she grouses a little bit, but then she goes back to sleep.
I remember those the first couple of times, and it kills you. You hear it, and then hearing them like trying to put themselves to sleep but still crying, breathing, and you're like, oh my God, I could just go over there and pick them up and end this whole charade, and you just have to do it, and trust me. The cool thing is, this child is not the first to do this.
Right.
We've all had to. So it's not like, oh my God, I got to fix it because no one else has done this and she's going to be, she's going to be harmed. Nope. This is everybody goes through this. This is not any different. Parenting is not any different. We've all felt the way you do. You're not the first one to go through this, which is a good thing. That means you'll get through it.
And that is 100% true. And I say it all the time. We base all of these plans, especially Kelly. Mm-hmm. She is just voraciously reading all these books, all this stuff. And I often say, like, for hundreds of years before any of those books were written or any of the people who wrote them were born, all this stuff worked out on its own without any of that stuff. Right. It's not as complicated as it seems.
You would have figured it out without that book.
Just trust your instincts. Right. But I think that's another difference, right? It's
I'm not
perfection
yelling that about Kelly.
But it's perfection or progress. It's also that same thing of academic versus instinct.
Right. We've talked about that.
And you got to trust yourself a little bit, and go with your gut sometimes, because this is the kid's going to figure it out.
Just knowing this has been done hundreds and hundreds of thousands
you're not reinventing the wheel.
I'm not the first dad that goes, should I pick him up? Should I not? Should I?
Right.
It works itself out.
I can't imagine. I know. Look, and we talked about it before we did the one rough night. Mm-hmm. It is harder. It's harder for her. Women are evolutionarily, like, they are set up to respond to the sound of a crying child.
Absolutely.
Right? Like they're wired for it. So it's easy, and it's hard for me to white knuckle it and not go. For her,
could imagine.
I had to hold on to her. Like,
the difference between giving birth to a human, a child, and what we will never have as men.
Yeah.
We will never have that. There is something internal with the mother, with the
Even especially, and then with the right now, I'm always like I'm giddy for an hour after I get a hug.
So cute.
Right? She has this intimate connection with breastfeeding.
Absolutely.
Multiple times a day, every day for this child's whole life. So without a doubt that it's way harder
How about,
for them.
you're talking about a hug, they're talking about a growth in their body of this person.
Yeah.
You don't forget that.
No.
You have that bond forever.
Yep.
You know, we're getting excited about a hug that my kid did with a sloppy little kiss, and I'm excited for a week. I can go run, a marathon with it. And we will never, so we get it. We don't get it, but we get it.
Yep. No, it is. Yeah, there's absolutely a different biological.
But the nice thing is, we're not the first.
No.
This is,
without a doubt. We can figure it out.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So that's what kind of brings us right up to today, and then we're headed into the weekend, and tomorrow we're going to be headed to Buffalo.
Oh.
And to see some, actually on Kelly's mom's side of the family, they're having a get together. So this will be interesting.
That'll be nice.
Because it will be some.
First time on this side of people?
I mean, I've met all of them. Right. I'm not sure exactly what the get together is about, but it's going to be a big get together. Kelly's mom and dad will probably be there. So this will be the first.
Sure.
This will be the first time they've seen their granddaughter since her christening.
I was going to say Mother's Day.
Mother's Day last year. Yep.
Really?
Yeah. And since all the things that have evolved with us.
We've talked about a little here and there.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see how that all goes. But I'm looking forward to David and Gabe will be there, and some of her cousins that I know and get on with real well.
That's going to be an interesting week.
It will be tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting to see how it goes.
Maybe it'll make some stories in the pod.
Oh yeah. Stay tuned. The baby Josie's Buffalo adventure.
The good, the bad, the ugly.
Hey, it'll be okay. So that's where we're headed for that. We're headed for that
I'll be on
tomorrow.
your tugboat. No.
Yeah, you go right ahead. Hang out. It'll be the clubhouse.
Weekends are tough. Weekends are tough, and it gets tougher. Yeah. You think as the kids get older, it's easier. No, it's because everybody has their own life.
Yep, stuff they gotta do.
Yeah, you try to put it all together to spend some time. So.
Yeah, so that's kind of where we are.
Wow, that was a good catch up.
So here we are at the end of an episode. We thank you again for going through everything with us. We're all caught up. We're going to try to record a little bit more frequently, so we don't have so much to cover each time.
That's right.
But we're coming up on it'll be Father's Day next weekend, right?
That's right. Yeah, so Father's Day is.
I think
June, right? This month?
I think it's next week. Next weekend, not this weekend, but next weekend. So it's coming up. Yeah, Father's Day is coming up, and we'll have to get out on the boat. We'll have some boating adventures with the baby and that kind of thing to talk about. So once again, thanks for sticking with us, and we will see you again next time. Well, folks, that's another episode of the Gray Hair and Daycare podcast in the books. Thanks very much for tuning in and spending this time with us. We hope it was fun. If you enjoyed this week's descent into the madness of dadness, be sure to subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss any of our future adventures. And while you're at it, give us a like and share the cast with your friends on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Carrier Pigeon, whatever you crazy kids are using. Have any hilarious parenting stories of your own? Questions about navigating fatherhood later in life, or even when normal people do it? Email us at ghdc.podcast@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. And now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to bed.